Hello everybody, this is Verdict from the Classic Pally YouTube channel. Welcome to a really quick, or like I'll try to keep it as quick as possible, catch-up guide. Basically, what the hell have I been doing for the past 2 weeks since the previous video, and how has my gear improved? I have a really cool thing to announce to you guys right now. I did a world first, amongst the Red Paladins at least, DPS on Golemag, and I did that as an AP Retribution Paladin. So I'm going to get to that in a bit, but before I say that, I need to tell you one thing. I screwed up with the logs, and I didn't upload it, sadly, and I couldn't find it in my bags. Sorry, in my game directory. But I do have the DPS meter here, and we're going to go that in a little bit. So last time I made a video, I was pretty much not close to almost pre-raid bis, but I'm as close as I could really get. I just need right now only 2 pieces to complete my best in slot pre-raid gear, and I'm going to go that right now. So whenever I started playing my Red Pally a couple of years ago, I figured out that the most important thing that I could tell to any other Paladin out there that aspires to be a Retribution user would be the following. Whenever you play a Red Paladin, you need to know your weapon speed dictates the way you play your ret. What that means is that if you have a 3.3 sword with a high amount of DPS on it, you can still use it compared to a 3.8 weapon sword with a lower DPS from it, and I'm going to go into this in a moment. So, the following 414 DPS on Golemag that I did was done with the gear that you see right now with one exception, and that's it. So I used Gargoyle Slashers, Brigham Girdle, Black Dragon Scale 3 out of 4 set. Sorry, I didn't have Quick Strike Ring until then, so let's just switch that. Yeah, Magnes Will. So this is everything that I used in that particular encounter. So, how the hell did I land 414 DPS on Golemag so early into the phase? It's rather simple. I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to explain to you what I've actually done. Whenever I see a Paladin out there, every single red is just being a complete mongoloid. I'm sorry, my fellow Red Paladins, but it's really painful to watch. Every red out there uses a Demonstrator, especially if you're an AP mongoloid red like me. Demonstrator is just like a tunnel vision weapon. Okay, Demonstrator is good, it procs Crusader for far much more, it deals more damage, but you need to understand that your Paladin is not just Seal of a Command. It's really good, it procs Vengeance. I know it procs Vengeance sometimes from the crits, I understand it's a 3.8 weapon, I know all of that shit. But you need to understand, guys, DPS is more important than the speed of the weapon. Now, does that mean that if you can have a 70 DPS one-hander, you should use it? No. But, generally speaking, for two-handers that are in the same pre-raid list, such as Warblade of Karadao and Demonstrator, Warblade will perform a lot better compared to Demonstrator. It will attack faster, it will keep better Vengeance uptime, it has a small penetratable effect, the 1 to 22 frost damage, which is actually far too good from, I think, what you can grasp as knowledge right now. And a Crusader fits every single attack inside it. So like, what else is there really to say? So, let's say, let me just tell you what I did and how I did this this particular DPS. So, I'm going to go into my auras, because many people would go like, oh, well, we had an Ixia buff, Songflowers, stuff like that. No, I didn't. If I had an Ixia buffs, Songflowers, I would most likely hit 600. And I'm not even playing with you guys. So, let me tell you the entirety of the thought process, how I did it and why I did it. So, I had Sanctity Aura, of course, you know, Red Paladin, Juju Power, Blessing of Mad Mongoose, Arcane Elixir, Blessed Sunfruit, which is 10 strength from Argent Down Revered, Winterfall, Firewater. You can see Seal of Command, Vengeance, Holy Strength, which is Crusader, Seal the Crusader, and I'm not sure where that came from, but it's a drink. It's a major mana potion that I use for the fight. Which you can see I have them here, but I'm just out of them. So, how did I start leashing the fight? Sorry, how did I leash the fight? I leashed the fight with a Seal Twist at the very start of it. Seal Twisting, the very first attack from the get-go, is actually the best way to start playing a Retribution Paladin. I sealed the Crusader into Judgment, Seal of Command, and I start using max ranks of Seal of Command, and you can see that over here. So in general, Seal Twisting is not the best way to go, but you can get away with it from the first attack, because you can use Seal of the Crusader, sit, drink really quick, get the mana up, and you won't lose anything. In fact, you will even, you know, capitalize on the small mana use, which means that you'll kind of be okay with mana later on. So I leashed the first attack, Seal Twisted into command. It procced, luckily, procced Vengeance, and I started hitting that guy really tough. And I could see my auto attacks with a 3.3 weapon dealing like how much? What is my highest auto attack? Critical hits, 1.5k auto attack with a 3.3 weapon. Like you can see what I'm going for. And I started hitting it, and I saw that my DPS is actually spiking a lot. I was actually 450 until 5% of the fight. I just went completely I popped my last consecration, and I didn't have mana for Seal of Command for 2 attacks, so my DPS just dropped down a lot from there. And I was just white hitting basically. If I got like 2 more attacks, maybe I could have sustained it, but who knows? It's just for theory crafting now. And yeah, currently the world first like DPS, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure that there are paladins out there with sulfurous already who most likely hit 600 on Golem Mag with ease, with like pure ease. But for now, that's it. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud that I performed better than all of those blasphemous paladins out there. So let's just cut the bullshit out. I had my fun. I brushed my shoulders a bit, and let's just go into my gear. So, sorry, I've been sick for the past 1 week. So, how did my gear upgrade? Last time I kind of made a video. I was with not even close to best in slot pre-raid. I had a lot of work to do. I started switching my gear all around the place. I started getting all those small attack powers, you know, just tried to grasp for every small DPS increase that I could get. So I went for Eye of Rend compared to Crown of Tyranny. I am still with Mark of Forging. I am now using Black Dragon Scale. I was lucky enough to get my Cape of the Black Baron. I'm still with Death Dealers. It just doesn't drop, man. Savage Gladiator just is a freaking pathetic excuse of a chest, and I cannot get it. I'm just mad at the item for not dropping. Vambracers of the Saddest, Gargoyle Slashers, Brigham Girdle, of course the Black Dragon skill set, Magni's Will, Blackstone Ring, Hand of Justice, Black Hand's Breath, and of course my favorite weapon inside the game, at least for pre-raids, Warblade of Karadar. Please, Paladins, get it and use it. And I mean that. So, how did my gear really upgrade? Well, I got a quick strike ring. My guild was kind enough to tell me, if you really want it, just get it, man. So we were loot counseling. We had the officers. I wasn't planning on taking this for me at all. And you know, the warrior who loot counsels my rogues and my warriors, he was like, okay, we need to figure out who to give it to, and I was completely unaware who he would give it to. And he was like, is this biz for you? And I'm like, this is biz for everybody up until next Rammus. And he was like, do you want it? I was like, of course I want it, but it's not about me. It's about giving it to people who could really capitalize on that, is like far more than I could capitalize from it. So, long story short, I asked my guild on Discord, are you guys okay with a red pally taking this ring? And everybody was like, I don't mind. Just one person was like, I would give it to the warriors. But we decided to give it to me. So yeah, that's my first raid piece. And what a hell of a raid piece that is. I got really lucky. I had a cool guild. So, quick strike ring. I'm above and beyond happy to have it. I'll keep it up until next Rammus. So yeah, I'm stoked to have this. I'm really stoked to have this. Now, let's talk about a really huge elephant amongst paladins. The elephant in the room that is everywhere, and it's been kind of, yeah, man, it's been kind of hard on me. It's been really hard. I'm not sure which word to use, but Storm Gauntlets. Now, there was like 2 weeks ago in the Paladin Discord, we had this interesting find from the community. So the community said, okay, we made Storm Gauntlets, we made Fairy Gauntlets, and we were like, okay, those Gauntlets proc Vengeance. those gauntlets scale from the physical crit instead of the spell crit. And we were like, okay, these gauntlets should be then best in slot until the end of the game. But sadly, that wasn't the case. We were kind of fooled. I got happy, and I just made them. So, Storm gauntlets are actually pre-raid bits, and I'm going to go to that, explain it really into detail. So, it will take a little bit of time. Now, the lightning damage proc from it, initially I thought that it generated mana procs from Judgment of Wisdom. But sadly, after a really in-depth log check, that wasn't the case. It just didn't proc. I saw that my mana was spiking like crazy, but I was 100% wrong on that. So, Storm Gauntlets, they do not proc anything when it comes to mana or anything from the boss. They just proc Vengeance, and that's it. So, 3 lightning damage, it scales from your spell crit, which is 4.82, at least for me. And are they good in general? Yes, they are good, only under one condition. And if you wonder which that one condition is, that is, of course, Head of Onyxia. Head of Onyxia gives 10 spell crit, which kind of triples the effect, like triples the critical strike effect of Storm Gauntlets, which causes them to generate 100% Vengeance uptime. And that is a serious deal when you're playing a Paladin. If you can get 100% Vengeance uptime on a boss, that means that you are kind of a god. Now, when it comes to my auras, I had for 1 minute and 12 fight on Golem Mag, I had 1 minute of Vengeance uptime, which was 82% uptime. And that was without Head of Onyxia. You can see I didn't have Head of Onyxia, I didn't have any world buffs here. And if I had Head of Onyxia, that would have been, you know, just insane, man. That would have been insane. Like, Head of Onyxia is such a DPS boost. I'm really positive I could have gotten to 600. I'm really positive. But we'll see next week. I hope my dreams just don't come crushing down on me. You know, as a Red Paladins, we need to stay on the ground, guys. We're not up there in the top meters like Warriors, Rogues, everybody else. So, Storm Gauntlets, are they worth to make? Yes, they are. If you're really a competitive Paladin, buy those and use them when you have your Head of Onyxia buff. Now, if you're really a lazy Pally, which I understand, it's really expensive to play a Paladin, you can get Fairy Plate Gauntlets. They do the same effect, same exact scaling, but they do fire damage, so those will be resist like quite a lot more than the lightning damage, which is essentially nature. So, that was it when it comes to my gear, how it has improved. What can you expect from me for the next, let's just say, week? I'm going to do a really good critical analysis on the Paladin. I'm going to just tell everybody how I feel about it, why I am such a hater on the Paladin build, not the Paladin players in general. No, I love Paladin players, just that the weapon that they use is what I absolutely abhor. So, expect this video in let's just say, in up to a week. I hope I have the time to make it, because editing videos is not my biggest skill asset. It's not up there in my skill asset. So, wait for the video. I will do a critical analysis on that. When will be the next gear update? Well, the next gear update would be either when I get Savage Gladiator chest with Lionheart Helm, or after the next raid, which is on Monday, which should be like next Tuesday, would be another gear check. So, that's it for me for now. And I hope you guys, if you're Red Paladin, really just go play Warblade of Karador, man. That thing is just insane. That thing works exactly like it would. It almost works actually exactly like hit rating when I think about it. The 1 to 22 frost damage, it works exactly like skill rating. Sorry, not hit rating. Skill rating. It's really insane. You should buy that. If you wonder how this blade exactly works, go into my YouTube channel down below. Please subscribe to it, follow it, and go to the Warblade video, and I explain everything there and how I figured out that the weapon is best in slot pre-raid. So, pick it up. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I was Verdict from the Classic Pally. I play on Mograine EU. If you guys have any questions, I'll be most happy to answer them. And yeah, bye-bye for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. See ya.